Hello, it's Kylie Bertucci, Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Australia, here with you. And I wanted to highlight the cards that I made in our blog hop today because they are so bright and colourful and cheery that I really wanted to highlight this entire suite. The suite is called How Sweet It Is. It's from the Occasions catalogue. Here is some of the cards that I'm going to show you. I will show you the others that I have done, which you will see in the pictures probably above in my blog post if you're on my blog. If not, I'm sure the link will be in YouTube, on Facebook. It'll be everywhere. I'm sure you can find it. Now, it is page 14 and 15 of the Occasions catalogue, so please look up this beautiful suite because we have paper, we have ribbon, we have an amazing stamp set and framelits, so a bundle that goes together to make these absolutely stunning cards that are so gorgeous and so many different things that you can do. It very versatile. You can do a lot of different events with these types of cards. So I want to jump on in and show you exactly what I have here. I have a lot to show you. So here we go. We're going to jump on in. So this here is the cards, everything I need to make the cards, but I just want to pull in these cards and I'm not going to be able to fit all of them in, but one pack of Designer Series paper is going to make you 72 cards. Now, Stampin' Up have done us a huge favour. Yes, they're still going. Stampin' Up have done us a huge favour and they have not only the beautiful Designer Series paper, but they also give us a cards bundle. And that bundle comes with 24 sheets. You can cut them in half, and of course it makes this card front size, or the card size. So to make 72, you need 2 packs of that cardstock and a pack of the Designer Series paper so that it's all the guessing work is done for you. Plus, you can get that beautiful reversible or double-sided, what do they call it? Sorry, I was saying reversible. Oh yes, reversible ribbon. Granny Apple Green and Coastal Gabbana, which is absolutely perfectly gorgeous in a bow because you get to see both sides, which I absolutely love. Or if you wanted to, you can just show one side, but then you have 2 options to choose from. Yes, there's still more. And there's still more. That is seriously how many 72 cards are. And what do we do with these cards? Customer cards, welcome to the team cards, congratulations on your amazing achievement cards. We do it for random act of kindness or make a card, send a card. So it's really, really exciting to be able to have all of these cards on hand, ready to go. And it's just a brilliant sentiment, sweets for you. So it's perfect for any occasion, really. So you're ready to go. Obviously, it would need to be a happy event, unlike my last video that you probably saw me very upset. But thank you all very much for your beautiful messages. It was very sweet of you to all message and contact me. And if you're watching me now on YouTube, please let me know. Tell me where you're from, where you're watching, how many times you've watched my videos. Are you an avid watcher? Have you seen many of my videos, or is it just new to you? I love hearing about how you've found me, how you contacted me, because it's a lot of fun to connect with all of you. So I'm going to jump on in. I have already done, and I've probably lost it in this sea of cards that have just disappeared from my from the table. We'll go through and we'll be like, where is there a card with no stamping on top? But anyway, we will find it. Oh, there it is. Good. Always find a way. That's like a needle in a haystack. I'm glad I found that. Now, all I did for the... Oh, where has that gone? I was super organised and had a piece of a rectangle. We might have to cut another one. I'm sure you won't all mind. But I have this piece here. So this is the amazing rectangle shapes. Is it rectangle stitch framelits? Sorry, just making up my own names for the products. Rectangle stitched framelits, and there is a lot of beautiful framelits here to choose from. I used this one here. I actually put it upside down so that I would remember which one I used, and I ran that through the Big Shot and was able to get this amazing little frame here that just help me to fit, because I cut these out from the paper. It is framelits that actually match the paper, which is incredible to have that. So one whole full sheet is these little lolly jars, and they coordinate with this one. There's another punch here that it coordinates with. So that's this jar here that coordinates with that one. And also this jar. So there's 2 jars. And there's also this one here. And that coordinates with, let's see if I can find one here. Because what we ended up doing, there we go. What we ended up doing was I cut out so many of these, and I probably could have cut out enough to do the entire lot of paper, but I thought I'll just mix it up a bit and do a mix of some of these ones that I'm cutting out. But also I wanted to do a little bit of stamping as well. So some of them I decided to stamp, and I have a little trick for you if you want a quick cheats way. Particularly when you're doing so many cards, you don't want to be colouring in every single little gummy bear or every single thing. So I have this set of different colours here, and I want to show you how I did that. So let's jump on in and make ourselves one of these framelits. Seems my one that I had pre-organised has gone missing. Oh, I have no idea where that's gone. Do you have one of those craft rooms that things just disappear? I probably did literally just push it all off into these sea of cards in front of me. I'm going to stop looking for it because I'll be like, yeah, it's gone forever in the sea of Kylie-ness. Are you also a bit of a messy crafter? I'm such a messy crafter. I'm a messy cook as well. I put things everywhere. Anyway, let's bring it on in. And I shall show you exactly, I'm going to pull over my big shot, exactly how to cut this. So what is good about showing you this actually is the fact that this framelit is really special because it has, not only does it have the cutout, but it leaves behind the stitching as well, which means that you have that versatility to use both sides. And you'll see exactly what I mean when I cut this out. So that's it there. Choppy chop chop. And it makes quite a loud noise, so that's normal. And sorry for the bumping. So we'll move that to the side and pull out this framelit. See how you can see it's got the stitching there and also the stitching here. So it's a really cool layering rectangle stitched framelits. Tell you what, seriously, my brain, is your brain going? My brain's going. I'm losing it. So that's that. Then I just stamped my little lolly jar. Do you like how you say that? Lolly jar. So Australian. And then cut it out with my framelit. And all I needed to do after that was just put my little sentiment and fill up the jar with the jelly beans or whatever else you wanted to put in there. I will put these back straight away. I put them on magnetic sheets. Oh, we don't want the rectangles in there. But yeah, I put it on rectangle sheets and I find that it's a lot easier for storage and keeping everything together. Because if I didn't have something to organise me, I'm sure that they would go missing. And I don't want my framelits to go missing. We want them to all stay together where they should be. So yeah, I get these magnetic sheets just from eBay, something like that. And there's a lot to choose from. I just get them in A4 sheets. I find that that's better for me. And then cut them down. We'll just put that one there for now. I'll fix that later. So this is the stamp set here. This is the Sweetest Thing stamp set. And as you can see, it's got these beautiful lolly jars, lots of sweets and treats and gorgeousness. And we want to do some, where are we here? Oh, hello there. I actually wanted just this because I'm going to grab some ink pads. I realised I don't have my Melon Mambo over here. I've got everything else. Oh, and I need pineapple. Pineapple punch. because I've realised I'm not using a lot of pineapple punch, and I really need to do a bit more, especially with a card like this. It's perfect with that. So we've got pineapple punch, the melon mambo, and I used the gorgeous grape, and I used the little gummy bears. But of course you can do this exact same thing with any of the stamps, and you can probably see by the staining what I have done here. So I want to show you what you can do to sort of just make it a little bit quicker so that you're not having to colour in. I mean, it doesn't take a huge amount of time to colour in the little gummy bears, but it's just a little bit small, and particularly when you're doing so many cards, you don't really want to be mucking around too much. So the first thing I do is go with the lightest colour, which is the pineapple punch, and then I just came in with a little bit of the, hopefully you can see that okay there, a little bit of the melon mambo on the side there, and then on the other side a bit of the gorgeous grape. And that is how I just created a little bit of a variety of colours without having to use a huge amount of time colouring them in, and then just stamp them. And it sort of gives it that look of a little lolly jar without too much effort and too much work. I mean, it's fine when you're doing one card, but when you're doing 72 of them, it starts to take a little while to get it all done. Now I'm going to keep that gorgeous grape open because, oh, actually, what are we doing? Yeah, we want gorgeous grape. So then I'm going to stamp the sentiment, and I just lined it up like this. I went, well, I want that there. I want a little bow down the bottom here, so I'm just going to do it in the top sort of quadrant of the rectangle. There we go. Look how cute that is, and I love it in the gorgeous grape. The gorgeous grape is such a beautiful colour, and because I don't have any more of the amazing Granny Apple Green, although I just found this sitting there, so I could steal that. But I do want to show you how my Bow Easy works. And the Bow Easy is available for purchase anywhere in the world. However, it's not a Stampin' Up product. It's through me. So I get them imported from the US. So if you wanted this, it just helps me to make these perfect little bows. And we want to use up our gorgeous ribbon. So I find that this is a really good way. I'll just close that one as well. So we're done there. So all I do, and I do have tutorials about this as well, but there's a couple of different ways you can actually do this. This one I'm going to wrap it around twice because I just like the look of this mini ribbon, but I want it, so I've wrapped it around once, even though it looks like it's twice, it's actually just once because you can see underneath one, and then we'll wrap it around again. And that will be two. And then I'm going to come back, and this is creating the knot. Now there's two ways that I can do this. This way might be easier, where you pull it all the way through, bring it round, and then tie a knot. So that might be an easy way to begin with. And I think for some of you who haven't used it before, this is a really cool way of doing it, because that is your bow done. You pull that off and it's done. But I also wanted to show you the other way that I do it, and I find that the knot is a little bit flatter. So instead of tying a knot, you're creating a knot, of course, but you're using the same piece of thread to create the knot. So this is where I'm at. I've tied it, wrapped it around twice, and I've got this bit left. I'm just going to make this a little bit, actually I'm going to use this side. I wanted a bigger bow. Oh no, I like that size actually. That size is cute. So we'll wrap it around twice. 1, 2, and we don't want it too long because we don't want to be wasteful with our ribbon, do we? So I'm just going to pull it back a little bit, take a little bit of the ribbon away, and again, same thing, you're pulling it backwards, creating like a little loop and putting it in the top there, feeding it through. This is probably the most difficult bit, is feeding it through that little thing there. Then you're bringing it around. When you first start out, you probably want a little bit more ribbon here because it's easier, because we're going to go into that little bow there, that little loop. And so what I find is easier is just feeding it through, like pushing it through that hole so that it's going through, and you can see it comes out the other side and then you can pull. So we'll feed that through. And you're going to feel like you're all thumbs and fingers like I do now. But when you've done 72 of them, it does start to happen very quickly. And it's always when I'm doing these videos that I start making it look complicated, and it's really not. You just have to keep doing it. So keep feeding that through. Come on, little one. See, I didn't give myself enough leeway. That's why you might want to go a little bit longer, because then you have more room to push this through. There we go. So then we pull that and pull that up, and that creates a knot. So that's another way that you create the knot. So you can either push it right down, pull it round and tie a knot with this part, or use the loop to create a knot. So just keep watching that. I know it's probably a little bit confusing, but then I use my template as a guide, and I get my little snips, and just along the edge of where the template is, that's where I do a little cut. And that creates the little edge there. Oops, doesn't want to come off. And same with this side, I sort of line up where it's going to be the same length, and just use the edge of the bow maker as a guide. And then once I've done that, remember the bow that is the tightener, which is this side here, that just keeps it nice and tight. Do that one more time, and then you just pull it off your plastic sheet, and there you have this cute little bow. Now, if you have this little bit here that decides to be a little bit crazy, just be careful not to pull it, because it will undo your bow. So the best thing to probably do is hold the back and sort of play around with it a bit until it sits where you want it to, or you can use another sticky like a glue dot or something like that to hold it in place. Now I just want to make sure that I've got one piece of this bow coming out. See how it's so cute on this side? I want it on this side as well. Come on, peekaboo. There we go. And then we just add a glue dot to that, which you open up. This is through Stampin' Up the glue dots. You push your little bow against the glue dot and it picks it up, and then you stick it down. And that's how simple it is. And once it's like sort of sticking down, it is actually a little bit easier to manipulate this. And what we can do, just to show you what I mean, probably easier to do this before you stick it down. So I'll grab that little piece there and stick it to the back, and then you can stick it where you want so that that little piece stays down. And then this piece I decided to add 2 dimensionals, and I've got those here in my clear mount case, which is a great way to store both your minis and your full. And if you wanted to, you can of course colour in your lolly jar, like a little lid or something like that. But you know, I love this look even as it is, but I've seen it coloured in and it looks great. So there's a lot of different options of what you can do if you wanted to step up this card. So there's that one. And then we're going to do the same here. Add some dimensionals. Stick that in there. And then just stick that down to the card. And that, my friends, is the card. So usually what I do is do all of my cutting of the cardstock and the paper first. Then we usually, because I have the lovely Jessie here, we get to craft together. We did this yesterday together. So we cut all the framelits. So we cut all of them first, and then we sort of had like a conveyor belt. I was doing all the gummy bears in the middle, and she was cutting out, I stamped all the jars, and then she cut out all the jars. So yeah, you can have like a little sort of conveyor belt of how you do things, little process. And it's a great way to get some friends over, like particularly if you want to have quite a number of cards made up, ready to go. Well, just get some friends over to craft with you and say, look, I've got this project. I want to be able to do up a whole heap of cards. And even if you give them, say, look, here, take 5 of them out of the 72, it's still going, they're just absolutely going to love it. You're going to get help. And you never know, they might actually decide, you know what, I'd like to order some of this stuff because it's so beautiful. Just seeing you play with the products is going to give them a lot of joy as well. So I know that you'll really enjoy making these cards. They're really simple and easy. I love it with those rectangle stitch shapes. And just remember, all of these products, if you live in Australia, you can get all of these products in my online store. And at the moment, it's Celebration. Woo woo! So that means every $90 you spend, you get a free item that's from the Celebration catalogue, which is very exciting. And also if you spend $180, then you can get some really cool things as well. There's like different levels with Celebration this time. So I really hope you love all of these amazing, amazing cards. And if you want the Bow Easy, I will put the link up so that you can purchase that, so that you can make these perfect little bows with this reversible ribbon, because it's just so darling and sweet. And I know that my customers, my team, and random act of kindness cards that I send out, everyone's going to love them. So I really hope this inspires you to love it, chop it. Please look for the hashtag and look for my previous video. I'll put a link up as well. And I do have the Love It, Chop It workshop to help you chop your paper, especially if you're a hoarder. This will help you to unlock your designer series paper potential and stop storing it, but use it in this bulk way. And it's just brilliant how much you can get from one pack of designer series paper. So very exciting. Good to see you all here, and thank you so much. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and please share this video if you feel that it's going to inspire someone to create. We love having you follow us on all our different blogs. We've got craftykylie.com and on YouTube. And thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, and I'm sure that I will see you in a video very soon. I'll show you one more time here how gorgeous these all are, because I know you want to see it. Look at that. So beautiful. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.